When was the last time you felt safe? When was the last time you really felt protected? For the past few weeks, I've been having on my mind, and it stemmed from something that had taken place, but I had something on my mind, and the thing that was on my mind was when a woman is around a real man, she should feel protected. Now, let me tell you where that stemmed from. This specific situation and scenario stemmed from just a thought that I had and also an encounter. So, a few weeks ago, my daughter went out of state for a cheerleading competition and she went up there by herself with her team. Now, she is not with me every day of the week. I get on the weekends. And so my mind was like, bruh, like you didn't have anybody, any support, your dad didn't go, all these things. But then what came to my mind is, that sounds about right. It shouldn't be. But when I think about a father and his child or a father and his daughter, I would think about a man wanting to be present for her and wanting to protect her, wanting to make sure that she's safe, wanting to make sure that she's good, wanting to make sure that she has everything that she needs. She's not lacking anything. She's able to be herself. She's able to come and talk to him about anything, right? And although that sounds good, there are many women who did not have that father-daughter experience. And that's just a fact, I know what my experience personally has been with my dad. And I do love my dad, and we talk and we joke and we laugh. And even that has come with time and maturity due to many different things that I've encountered personally. But a woman, a young lady, I don't care how old you are, should feel protected by a man, any man in her space. And when she doesn't, that is a great sign. I feel like she should not be there. And so what came to my mind in those moments when I was thinking on this was, well, if he could have a conversation with my father, this is my daughter's dad, about walking her upstairs or downstairs, because he lives in like an apartment complex. And sometimes you don't know who's in between that walk space. Not knowing who's in between that walk space and you just throwing down the keys for her to come get them or giving her the code to get in. And sometimes, well, not even the code, the key, because sometimes people don't shut the door all the way or, anything, right? And because I know from my own personal experiences of being there once upon a time. And I just was like, that's crazy. As a mother, of course, there's much concern. But then I'm like, as a father, you don't think about you don't think that this, as a man, you don't think that this is a thing. So today I watched the video. Now, those were my thoughts a few weeks ago and probably throughout this journey that I've been on with my daughter. But I wrote something down, and there were a few takeaways that this man, I'm so sorry that I don't know his name. I'm going to try to go back and get his information and just put it in the comment section and give him a shout out. But he said, oh, stress and wasted time are expensive. If you are with a man, and this is what I would tell my daughter, I don't care who the man is, friend, father, foe, whomever, right? I would tell her, if you're around a man, a person who is stressing you out and wasting your time, don't entertain it. Now, this is the thing. That's her father, so she can't just not entertain, the things that he asked her to do. But I would definitely keep in the front of her mind by letting her know, like, this is not okay. See, mommy has accepted some things in her past that should not have been, which resulted in foolishness. And I've had to live with that. Although I'm not in those dynamics anymore, I had to live with it because of the fact that I entertained it. And so, although my child and my children are blessings, I'm stuck with the residue of the person in my space because of it, to some degree. But I still can control that narrative also by being emotionally intelligent, spiritually intelligent, amongst other things. Second thing I would say, a real man does not compete with you or your strength or your strengths, because you may have more than one, as we typically normally do. When I was with my daughter's dad, the one that I'm speaking of, it was just like, man, I remember we were staying together and he mentioned, you don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. And I just thought to myself, like, wow, okay. Now, that all stemmed from me asking him, hey, what do you need me to do? Which lane do you want to be in so that I can support you according to the lane that you're in? Where can I be an asset to you? And that went left because what I said was offensive, because I'm just like, there are many different things that you want to do. I recognize that you're great at many different things, but what do you want me to do to be an asset to you? And unfortunately, he took offense to that, and that turned into something else. That's stressed and wasted time. We can't do it. But a real man does not compete with you. The fact that you had to say that. I remember one time he said, at what point are you going to stop trying? How about I'm never going to stop trying? I'm destined for greatness, and I know this. And truth be told, you know this too. And so this is where the push, pull, and tug comes, because maybe there's a lack of confidence somewhere, and you want me to feel the same thing too. You want to break my spirit, break my energy, right? Who knows? I had to get the heck out of Dodge. Mommy. The third one I would say is a woman naturally is soft. A woman naturally softens when she feels supported. And if she doesn't feel supported, she's going to operate in her masculine energy. And the natural nature of God is for us to be the weaker vessel. Not for us to be weak, for us to be the weaker vessel. I'm going to help me. So anything that you give me a house, I make it a home. You give me a business name, I'm going to turn it into a business. You give me food, I'm going to make a meal. And I'm going to naturally want to do that. If I'm supported by a man, if I'm protected by a man, if I'm loved right by a man. So a woman's masculine energy stays when she feels unsafe. And if I was to raise a question to you today, it would be, when was the last time you felt safe? When was the last time you really felt protected? Valentine's Day is coming up. And everybody wants to be in love. Everybody loves to be in love. But the real question is, do you feel safe in that connection? Not just, oh, he ain't put his hands on me, I'm good. No. Do you feel mentally safe? Do you feel spiritually safe? Do you feel physically safe? Emotionally safe? Do you feel safe? Now, that's twofold. Have you created a space for him to feel safe with you? Have you created a space for him to feel safe in? Because if you have not, then you can't ask for what you're not willing to give. This is a time for you to reevaluate or even evaluate or even assess. Assess if you feel safe. And if you can't check off all the boxes, ask why. Because some relationships are not a waste of time. Some things just need to be acknowledged because people don't read minds. But if by chance, majority of those boxes are not checked off, emotionally safe, spiritually safe, mentally safe, physically safe, it's time for you to let go. And maybe that's your parent. You're around a parent or whatever the case might be. A sibling. Protect your energy. Protect your peace. Love them, but love them over there. It's time for you to feel safe. And it's time for you to feel protected. And it's time for you to get what it is that you've been screaming for. I've been screaming for protection from males in my life. Because honestly, I wasn't really protected. There were moments, spurts, and times. But there have been many times, more so than none, that I've been unprotected than protected. Now, I might have felt some type of safe here and there, but there have been many times than none that I felt unsafe. And not even just like physically, but I've felt not safe emotionally, where I've been able to be transparent without being judged, or where I've been able to be loved on without condition, even from my own personal relationship, even with my dad. And the key is to be transparent. So, unpacking those things that have made you compartmentalize what's right and what's wrong when it comes down to feeling safe and protected. I've created a 31-day digital diary to unleash her. All you gotta do is click the link in my bio. Because the her that you haven't given permission, needs to be unleashed. Because she needs to know that protection is not just something you just randomly want. It's a must. She needs to know healthy boundaries should be established. She needs to know that she is rich people's stuff, and she needs to know that she is expensive, and her value and her worth are imperative for where she's going. If this is you, click the link in my bio. And men, I rock with y'all. I love on y'all. And will continue to do so. Men of all race, colors, and creeds. As long as we respect each other. But if I'm in your presence and I'm around you and you're a real man, and I know I don't have to say this to you, I would love to feel protected. And I would love to feel safe. And if you do that already, you are truly a keeper. And shout out to you.